And we're on.
All right, welcome to Role Play Cafe. This is John. We are back with our third session of the One Ring. Uh, the, we are playing the Moria campaign. We are back with a full crew. Todd has been missing for two sessions,
I
but
was a
he's
human,
back with us.
but still very helpful.
We also, since everyone's here, we also have David, Doon, and Eric. So last time, the group was in Bree as a resting spot coming from Mitchell Delving in the Shire. The group decided to take the Green Way down from Bree to Tharbad. They know Tharbad has a reputation for basically being run by bandits and brigands. But since they have a contact there that has been arranged by their patron Daza Redhand, they decided to go that route. The journey was pretty tough. They ran into a lot of problems, a lot of bad rolls. It's taken them 5 days so far to get almost there. Some of the things that happened along the way, they they ran out of, or their food was eaten by a rat, and a lot of it must have fallen out on the trail or been spoiled by the rat eating it. Fortunately, Elwing, uh, the group's hunter, was able to score a buck and bring that back, and once they roasted that off, they had plenty of food for the next few days. Um, the following night, when they were setting up camp, they're trying to decide between two locations, one that could possibly flood with impending rain, or a higher ground that required going through brush. Unfortunately, that journey, Cariel decided to take the higher ground for uh, safety from potential flooding out of their camp. Unfortunately, there was a lot of heavy overgrowth, and he was not able to easily get the group through there. So the group was pretty miserable and tired by the time they got up to that higher area. And it turned out to not even rain anyway.
The whole
So the group
Chester's
was in
fault.
pretty. It was, yeah. Chester is the group's pony. Um, he was not cooperating with moving through the heavy, thorny
It's
underbrush.
just a scratch, Chester.
The following day, um, Kauriel found an excellent spot uh, for them to bed down, and also spotted that there was a group of orcs that were traveling along the tree line up on the hills. Uh, and the group decided it was probably best not to engage with them and just let them pass. Hopefully, they don't take or find any other or find easier victims along the way of wherever they're headed. The final night, uh, Faldor was, he found a spot to set up camp. The group bedded down for the night, uh, and they thought everything was going well and they were going to get a good night's rest. But Faldor was woken by the sound of a group of wolves moving onto the camp, potentially drawn to the smell of the buck that Elwing shot several nights before. Faldor woke everyone up and they decided to flee the camp with Chester. Uh, the wolves dug in and ate some of their provisions. Thankfully, they're only a day or so away from their destination of Tharbad. Once they head out, or actually, once they returned back to the camp, they saw that there was someone had set up some sort of bonfire up in the hills, not terribly far from where they were. And Faldor had studied, done a lot of preparation in his studies for his trip out uh, over the Misty Mountains, and realized that this was some sort of signal fire that is often used by the Rangers to communicate to one another. So the group felt pretty confident that uh, you know this could either be the ranger that they were looking for, uh, or Ethel, who is the contact that Daza Redhand set up for them in Tharbad. After taking a quick look to see who exactly was sitting around this fire, they saw an older woman uh, who was seemed to be quite impatient, as though she was waiting for something or someone. And the group approached her, and they had a brief conversation. She asked them if they had seen a man that she's been looking for named John a Leaping. Unusual name, but the group had not seen this man and told them that they were asked her if they knew of a ranger named Orithel. And it turns out that that person is her. And that is where we left off last time. So you are still about half a day's travel away from Tharbad. You can see the tips of the spires of what's remaining of the building down in the valley that's created by the Gray Flood, which is the river that runs through the city. And Orthel seems you know friendly. She's obviously a friend of Daza, so being his patron, she offers you some food and stuff, and is open to answer any questions or
Can
provide you with what help she's able.
John, can you throw up Orethel's picture again, please?
Yes, I can. Um, so Orthel looks like this. I'm actually going to
Yeah.
move the NPCs that you meet into the players NPCs folder.
I see. We
So
don't we don't see players
I'll add.
NPCs if that's supposed to be.
Yes, that's because
Okay.
that's
Okay,
because
cool.
it's empty. I
Yeah.
haven't done it
I
yet.
was wondering if like Floki was part of a fellowship or if or not. Because Daza is part of the fellowship, but Floki's just an NPC, lowly NPC.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. Do you guys have any want to ask Orithel anything while I'm doing this?
What do you guys think? Uh,
I
we
mean,
really need
what
to.
luck to find to meet you out here. We were it's a good thing Faldor saw you, and we didn't head straight to Tharbad. We would have missed you.
Yes, Tharbad has proved to be quite difficult. I'm not actually permitted through the gates. They are quite restrictive of who is allowed inside of the city.
Oh,
And
we heard you might be
Uh,
able to help us
they've
gain passage across the Grey Flood.
yeah, I'll be honest, we weren't really focused on Tharbad. We just heard that you were nearby. We've actually came to see you.
well, I may be able to. I had a contact in there that I communicated with this John a Leaping fellow. He is a thief that I've essentially convinced to run messages between me and my contact inside of Tharbad. Unfortunately, I think he may have been arrested
Hmm.
because he usually responds to these signal fires quite quickly.
You believe he's in Tharbad now?
It's possible he could be in the prison, or I guess it's possible he just fled.
Is there a strong sense of law in Tharbad? I was always assumed it was a lawless city, but if there's arrests and prisons, that sounds like maybe not.
Well, uh, law is a strong word. The the city is ran by a uh, former bandit chief,
Hmm.
and I use former in the loosest possible terms because he has deemed himself the king of Tharbad, uh, and has quite a large crew of sycophants who are willing to do his bidding because of the coin that he provides them, generally acquired through uh, taxes or fees to be able to pass through the city.
What is his
Uh,
name?
uh, he goes by the name of Captain Gurnow. He has, in addition to the crew of bandits that he has given pretend titles of uh, sheriff and gatekeeper and that sort of thing, he has two sons who basically have complete run of the entire city. They can do what they want, when they want, to whom they want, with no repercussions.
You know their names?
I do only know one of their names. It is Tharnow.
Tharno is
I've
in Tharbad?
um, yes,
Tharnow is in Tharbad.
I
Tharnow is
never.
in Tharbad.
I,
Yes.
Tharno is in Tharbad.
Son of
That's not,
Gurnow.
that's very Thargood.
Uh,
the he has a reputation and has run afoul of my contact, a young ranger who has made her way into Tharbad and is secretly a member of the Watch.
This does sound like the Tharbad I was imagining, unfortunately.
Yes, it's everything you've heard.
John, can I do a lore roll to see if I can find out like any like history on Captain Jurno? Just to try to see if I could figure out if I knew what like his other kid's name is or what he's known for before he became air quote
King
king.
of
Um,
Tharbad.
Uh,
um, yeah, I'll let you do that.
okay.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm just gonna do a straight roll for me. I'm favored in it. I'm not gonna do a hope or anything, so we'll see what
Okay.
happens.
Success. Yes.
Hey.
So you know that uh, Gurnow was previously associated with the Riders of Rohan. He was he was basically cast out for certain crimes that he had committed that was dishonoring uh, the organization. And he brought a number of low lives that were living in Rohan with him, and have been. He has a history over the last couple years of causing problems uh, along the north-south road, which is what's south of Tharbad, and then also he's even pushed so far as to the Great East Road, which connects Bree and Rivendell. Uh, After uh, running afoul of the law several times, what little law there is out here, he decided to take up residence in the ruins of Tharbad and attempt to extract coin out of travelers traveling between Linden and Rohan. And he has only two sons that he recognizes. He may have several illegitimate children, but Tharnau and Grunau are the two that he recognizes. Tharnau being the oldest. He's about, your estimation would be Tharnau is probably in his early 20s, and Grunau is a late teenager.
That was a mouthful. Okay.
And Grunau is just a teenager. That's what I know, guys. I said that.
The Riders of Rohan. They don't doesn't sound like good company.
I thought the Riders of Rohan were good.
Are they?
It's just he
Oh
was
yeah,
a little
they're
bad.
I see.
yeah,
Well,
they're renowned cavalry, and that
I see. Cast
are
out from the
wonderful.
Riders of Rohan doesn't sound like good company. Cast out.
Yeah.
So, for us to get past Tharbad,
Yeah, what does it take, Orthal?
what does it take? Yes.
Well, the fastest way will be a lot of coin to get the four of you through. That coin will get you into the gates, give you access to an inn. You may even be able to arrange passage over the Great Flood by ferry. That passage is going to cost you even more.
Oh.
If you aren't willing to fork over a small fortune, the best bet is for me to get into contact with the young Gwyleth, who is the ranger I spoke of, and have her pull some strings and arrange the passage for you. Unfortunately, the only way I think I'm going to be able to get a hold of her is if we track down John.
Is this a way for us to bypass Tharbad altogether? Or
Oh
we have-
no, no, there's
we-
no. This would be traveling through the heart, the belly of the beast, as it were.
Okay.
Crossing the Grey Flood without a boat is quite treacherous.
Okay, so we need to find this Gwyleth. And John a Leaping, maybe in the prison? Okay. Unfortunately,
No, I
we...
don't know.
Sorry. Yeah,
I don't know where
unfortunately,
he I fear.
we just turned down a small fortune up at Bree.
Yeah, I thought we weren't going to do any side quests this campaign, guys. Let's go. I mean, I'm more willing to help Orthel get in contact with Gwyleth and John Leaping.
Of
Uh,
course.
she, she
Mm,
seems a lot more honorable than our friend up in Bree.
mhm.
I agree wholeheartedly. Uh, is the prison deep in Tharbad, or is it on the outskirts, or somewhere where we can reach it somehow?
Uh, Unfortunately, there's an inner fortress that was designed for sustaining or to uh, to be used during sieges
Mm,
for defense, and that is what they have turned into their dungeon.
uh,
It would not be easy. You seem quite capable, so I'm not going to say it would be impossible for the four of you, but uh, it would be a challenge to infiltrate that.
So there's no other way to make contact with this Gwyleth character?
Well, if you have some coin, you may be able to pay for passage through the gates, but uh, I'm not sure what her duties actually where they usually keep her, so it may be difficult to track her down without John's
uh,
help.
What is her what are her duties again? She is a yeah. Who is
She's
she?
a member of the Watch.
Ah, I see.
Uh, she's as I mentioned, the Gurnow does not take kindly on rangers, but we managed to get her into the city, and she infiltrates it and passes information on Gurnow's comings and goings and his deals and plans. And usually that communication is done through John. Unfortunately, I have not seen him in almost 2 weeks at this point.
mm, mm. I don't know if he's alive or dead. Possibly.
All right. Who wants to get arrested?
Really? I mean, it's just a human dungeon, right? What? How good could it be made?
uh,
So I mean, you would you so certainly Faldor would know the history of Tharbad. This was like a major crossroads in the Second Age before uh, before the whole thing with the forget the exact name of it, the War of the Ring, I think was the term for it,
Mhm,
where like that before that time there was a thriving uh, kingdom that was spread all across this area right now. And Tharbad was a major city that was quite glorious to behold, but now it's primarily rubble and
mm,
falling apart. So who knows what quality this fortress is in um, after hundreds of years.
mhm.
I mean, kind of using my wits here. Having seen the bridge up north that we fixed on the way here, and then kind of looking at the town now, I think I kind of like our odds. That might be
Well,
just me being hopeful.
there aren't any dwarven underground passages around here, are there?
That's a good question, actually.
Uh, you would know that the dwarves have not would not have been responsible for any of the construction around here, and
Gotcha.
Hmm.
There were, primarily around the mountains and the outskirts of the
Hell, this
mountains.
shoddy construction could never be dwarven.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's a swamp right next here. Come on, that would flood instantly. Well, do we want to go in it right now? Do we want to take a little rest, maybe? Because I know the journey down here had been a little rougher than a previous one.
Right.
I
Uh,
guess I suppose if this is a suitable campsite, we can end our journey here, right? And then rest, and then head into our next thing,
Yeah.
which is not really a journey anymore. It's more of infiltration mission, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that it depend. I mean, you are only 2 hexes away, so even on a failed journey roll, you're still going to reach there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm.
but I'm uh, I'm sorry, I meant a failed travel roll is what I meant to say. So I would say that if you want to end and rest here, we can calculate fatigue,
Mm-hmm.
and then really the only thing the journey roll is going to determine is, I'm sorry, the travel roll is going to determine is whether you arrive there during the day or at night.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I think we're fully invested in this infiltration mission at this point, so I don't know how much we're journeying.
Can we ask Orthel if she has, if she could, or I'll just say, Orthel, I don't want to intrude, but is there any way to extend your hospitality to us before we enter to kind of ease, warm our bones and ease our feet from the
You
travel here
asking for a
before
foot
we?
massage?
I mean, if you're going to offer,
Sure.
you know,
do dwarves have hairy feet? I don't know.
Mm-mm.
no, door feet, they're
Yeah,
just rocks.
No, all my hair is above the waist.
or
It's all above me and it's all beard below.
Or so they say, anyway.
all right. Orthel,
On double
Orthel
cream.
considers it for just a moment. Says, yes, you're you're free to use my camp here. In fact, if you are willing to stay here for a day or two, that would give me an opportunity to venture out and see if I can track down John. My concern is that since I lit this fire, he may be on his way here, and if I leave to try to find him, we will miss one another.
Should we be concerned that this fire may attract other unwanted dangers?
Uh, un- well, no ranger is unwanted.
No, I said dangers, not rangers.
Oh,
Dangers.
danger. Oh,
So the
Strangers.
danger ring.
Strangers.
we're close enough to the city that I'm confident that no one will approach you that is unwanted.
I guess the people from the city is what I was worried about.
I was worried about more orcish curiosity is what I
The
was worried
orcs,
about.
the orcs know to stay away from these ranger
Okay.
fires. That
Okay.
they would stand no chance against us.
Oh, okay.
And thankfully, Grunau and Tharnau very rarely leave the city. In fact, from what I understand, Tharnau has not left the city in over a year.
Okay.
Well, of course.
I'm sorry, Grunau has not left the city in over a year.
Of course, it's the least we can do. Tend your fire and collect ourselves as you need. Yeah, you've been so gracious already to give us the information and offering us help for crossing the Grey Flood.
Well, any friend of Daza is a friend of mine. So please make yourself at home. I have some provisions here, although you seem to still have quite a few of your own. Take a load off and I will be back by this time tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
I'll help tidy up.
All right. She grabs her bow and takes some food and trudges off through the hills and disappears out of sight as you guys are setting up your camp.
Gotcha.
Keep the signal fodder strong. Like some firewood.
All right.
Make
Now,
sure
there's a
Chester's
huge
ring.
pile. There's a huge pile of firewood. There's no need to collect any.
Oh.
She has collected enough to keep this fire going for several days.
Okay.
All right. So since we're ending the journey here, we're going to calculate all of the fatigue you've accumulated.
Uh-oh.
So there's been a change now that you have a pony. There has been a change to how much fatigue you will accumulate. So your pony, he's not amazing or anything. Chester
Chester
Oh,
is
yeah.
amazing. Do
Yeah,
not
yeah.
disrespect Chester.
he has a great he's got a good personality, but
Well, that counts.
he's not carrying all of your equipment, but he's doing what he can. So
Covering Chester's ears.
Chester has a vigor of 1, which is standard for a common pony.
That's fine.
And what that means is that all of you are going to automatically have your travel fatigue reduced by 1.
Okay.
Because he's carrying a little bit of your stuff. So that means you're automatically going to get 1 less than what you normally get. Now I need each of you to do your travel skill check to see if you can get rid of a second fatigue.
Good for some.
Okay.
So each one of you have to do your own travel fatigue. You do not get assistance from one.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Where's that
Close.
roll? Sorry.
It's a skill. So it's the travel skill.
Man, I was just shy. Boo.
Yeah.
My roll was sad too. 15. Look at that.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, you're both one short.
Oh.
Zero.
Oh, you all. This
Zero.
is a really rough trip for you guys. All right. So you're still going to get the 1 less fatigue because of Chester. So Eric Faldor is going to accumulate 8 fatigue. So add 8 to his current fatigue. Todd Elwing is going to get 6 more.
6 more.
So add fatigue. So that's
yes. Okay. Yep.
yes. Okay.
Okay.
Oh man.
Tauriel and Borlin are each going to accumulate 7 more fatigue.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm almost capped out.
I'm at 21 out of 28.
All right.
I'm at 22 out of 27.
Okay. So what this means is I'm sorry, I keep forgetting the names, all these terms. Your endurance is essentially your hit points. That is the only thing that you're really tracking for hit points. So as you fight, you are going to become exhausted rather than injured. You do become injured another way, but generally combat will reduce your endurance. So that means right now the difference between your endurance and your load is the amount of damage or hits you can take before you are going to become weary. Okay?
Cool.
Is everybody on board with that?
Cool.
Okay.
Rest only helps
So
our endurance. It doesn't help our load fatigue.
Right.
Apparently.
So each night rest is going to reduce your fatigue by 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but not our load though. Yeah, with just our fatigue.
Right.
Well,
So
I
when
guess
you-
it will adjust.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. So when you are weary, all of your 6-sided dice that come up as a 1, 2, or 3 are going to count as a 0.
1, 2,
So that
and
means
3.
So that means they're only going to contribute on a 4, 5, or 6. So basically, now half your 6-sided dice are zeros, and then you still have the 4, 5, and 6. That's what weary
if
does.
you're weary, yeah.
If your load
Yes.
is equal to or greater than your endurance.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right.
Well,
So
let's camp.
you guys are setting up camp for the nights. You have plenty of provisions. You've got a big fire going.
Enough food.
You have food.
Yeah.
You guys don't need to do anything other than relax. So everyone's fatigue is going to drop by 1 over the course of the evening.
Hey.
Unless you guys are going to do something, we can just fast forward to the following morning.
Does when we rest now, is this when we do anything with that temporary shadow point we got, or is that when we do the fellowship phase?
That's the fellowship phase.
Okay.
Yes. Todd, I did leave off the shadow part. You guys had such a rough go of your journey here.
Yes.
One of the rolls was really low or really bad. So the group accumulated 1 shadow point. So that's going to sit with you until you can get rid of it. And shadow and hope work kind of the same way as load and endurance. Your hope, once your shadow is equal to or higher than your current hope, you're going to become miserable.
Okay.
All right?
Cool.
So miserable.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh, well, I have no shadow on my page right now.
Did we want 1?
Okay, I may have forgotten to add it to your character.
It's okay. It's okay.
So,
It's fine.
It was the
yeah,
brambles. It was because I harassed Chester to go up the through the brambles.
And it was my idea to go up in the first place.
All right. You now have 1 shadow. I mean, you have plenty of. Most of you should have a pretty good buffer between your shadow and your hope. But
yeah,
hope. Yeah, I said most.
Well, you did say it's the current hope, not the maximum hope, right? That we're concerned with.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So
okay.
yeah. So you can recover hope several ways.
By singing songs.
But the primary.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
The primary way that you're going to recover hope is by spending your fellowship points.
Oh yeah, we have one.
Right.
So you have 5 fellowship points that you will get every other session. Normally you get it each session, but we're only playing 2-hour sessions. So I'm going to say you get them every other session.
Does that mean we need to spend 5 this session?
Yes.
Maybe it should be
so
2 and then
it's
3 and then 2 and then 3 instead so that we don't have to let's spend all 5 points this turn.
Well, this is the second session that we brought up fellowship points because you guys, I told you about them last time, but you guys chose not to spend it.
Right.
Yeah. So they'll refresh. They'll go back to 5 at the beginning of the next session.
Okay.
So fellowship points you can spend 1 for 1 to recover hope for individual characters. So it's not 1 fellowship point gives everybody 1 hope. It's 1 fellowship gives 1 person 1 hope.
Okay.
So, and the group has to agree. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to take 4 of them."
Who's the lowest hope right now, or how much hope did
I'm
you spend?
just-
You spent all your hope.
I think Calorial is the lowest right now.
Yes,
So
How
I'm the
much
right
lowest.
now,
hope do you
I
have,
would
Calriel?
say
How much hope? 4.
Oh, I'm happy to spend a fellowship right away for the hope for Calriel.
Well, I mean, I'm okay. I say this, I think I'm okay for now, being that you guys have a lot more, you guys can pick up the slack, so to speak, Well, I don't think we should spend it right now.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like
I
we're
mean, we don't have
camping. I
to.
point out this beautiful insect
'Cause
that's
we may need
crawling
it.
on this
I,
log. Look at it.
We're going into a dangerous situation. We may need it.
John, can you refresh my memory at least of what else we can use fellowship for besides hope?
The only other thing you can use it for is to activate Daz's ability,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that is basically it's a combat ability. It
Okay.
is spend a fellowship to make an adversary's protection ill-favored. So that means like disadvantage.
Oh, wow.
They get two feet die, and they have to take the worst.
That's good.
And so we declare that whenever the enemy's attacking or something.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I got a question. Are we supposed to use the rest buttons on our character sheets when we rest? It says short and prolonged.
I looked at that. If I hover over it, it says it recovers endurance, but my endurance is maxed anyway.
Oh, I see that. Okay.
Where are those at?
Oh, they're right underneath the endurance.
Stat. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yes. Yeah, so this would be a prolonged rest. So a short rest is just, stopping for like a meal or
I'm
something
gonna
like
click
that.
on it. I
Click
just
it,
want to know what
click it and
happens.
see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it brings up another a pop-up. Recover hope from fellowship. Oh, so you probably need to
Yeah, so
recover the
this
hope
is a,
during a rest. Yeah.
Unity points available. Okay, that's
So
good.
I really
Okay.
think Calriel should recover some hope. Right
Okay,
now.
fine. 1 point. Just it. 1 point.
Just
Oh,
one?
Maybe
1
two.
point. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
two.
this one.
Yeah, I would say
You
2 at
guys. All
least
right,
to get you
2
back up to
points.
6.
Pointing out
2
that stick
points.
bug. Look how beautiful it
And
is.
then and then I hit recover, and there it goes. Okay, there it goes.
Okay.
All right. So no
All right.
endurance, but
And
that
I
was
see all
maxed
they
out.
disappeared from the fellowship token.
Think about the wonder in the world. How
Oh, I
much
see it.
we're gonna make the world a better place when we find Daz's armor.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Is anybody else going to take some while you rest? So you can only use that when you rest, either a short rest or a prolonged
Anyone else
rest.
low on hope? I have
Uh,
8 out of 12.
Or no, I'm sorry. It is just a prolonged rest. It's not a short rest that you can do.
Okay.
I've got 9 out of
8 out
14.
of 10.
All right.
Okay.
How the heck did I get so low? I don't remember what I was doing.
I mean, maybe we should
We're really
use them
gung-ho
unless we're
about
going to get into combat. If we're not going to get into combat today, we have to help back.
I don't know.
I'll take
Never
one.
said
I'll take
that.
one. I'm going to take a hope. I'm going to take one. Is that okay? Can I take one on for long rest?
Yeah, do it.
I'm going to
Yeah,
take one.
yeah.
May as well, right? We're going to spend these
Yeah.
things. Taking one.
I was going to say, to metagame it, we're already at less than an hour left in the session, so.
What can happen, right?
Pick one. Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
happy.
I mean, I would be all right for Calriel to take another, because.
Yeah. I agree. I agree completely. Oh, it's like 3.
I got 6 out of 10 is good, right?
We don't know.
Calriel's
Say
going to
it
be
four.
shadow stricken and miserable.
They refresh
4 is
next
a lot
session,
closer
right?
than 5.
They do refresh next
What's that?
session, is it? They refresh
Yes.
next
Yeah.
okay,
So beginning of next session, you guys will have 5 again.
Okay, all right. I'll do one more, and that's it.
Okay.
All right, that makes me feel better.
Cool. And we can save the last one for the last fellowship point for the imminent combat that's gonna PPK us.
Yes.
All right. So, you guys, it is early morning. The sun is starting to come up. You find that there's some quite tasty food that Orthel had stashed away.
Hmm.
You begin eating. You feel a little bit better. You could, you could just hang out if you want, and wait for her return. It was mid-afternoon when you guys made your way up onto this rock initially, so it won't be too long before she should return.
He
But
returns.
if you guys want to start investigating the area or sending somebody down to Tharbad, it's up to you.
Not any good at
You guys
hunting,
want
but
to
I
be
can
nosy?
look for some mushrooms, maybe.
Yes.
We'll see what the best approach when we do decide to go. Maybe
Oh, I see. You're going to scout the path. That's a good idea.
the lay of the land.
Well, I can stay at
Is
the
anybody
fire.
good
I
at
could tend the fire.
doing
Yeah.
that?
Yes, he's already spoken.
I believe that is Elwing.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
Elwing.
I
Who's
can,
going to do
yes,
what?
I can stealth myself up there and have a look.
Elwing
Elwing
will
has
be the best.
proven herself to be rather stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't fall in a
I
ravine.
shall go ahead and have a look.
And she stays away
All
from
right.
gullies.
It's several hours down to Tharbad. So you can certainly head over there. I'm not saying that you can't, but it is going to be a significant amount of time. So are you
Right.
going is Elwing going to go forth and see what
Yeah,
she
I
can
think
find?
I should scout ahead, definitely. All right.
All right. Yeah. So give me a actually, what are you thinking you would use? Stealth. I mean, stealth would only really be necessary if there's people around.
Okay.
So
I'm thinking
you can.
more awareness.
Okay.
Because being aware of
Or explore.
explore.
I would argue scan would probably be a good choice.
That's what I was thinking.
I thought scan
Scan
was
would
like
probably be
in a
the same.
glance, but Elwing's being like,
And
Scan.
I'm like
Yeah.
using my elf eyes, right? And I'm
I
being
like
totally
awareness.
aware.
What are you looking for,
Scan, right?
actually? Are you looking for threats, or are you looking for like a path?
Yeah.
Well, the path is the road.
It's the road.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm
So
looking for awareness of
You found
anyone
it.
on the road. Yes, but with my intense elf sight, I'm looking for any threats that may be on the road. I will not be on the road. I will be off the road, but keeping an eye on things on the road with my immense awareness. Scan just sounds like having a look.
yeah, scan would be if like you are at, you have you're at like outside of Tharbad and you're
Mhm.
taking a look at their defenses along the wall and seeing if
Mhm.
how many guards there are and if there's any openings and that sort of
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
So if you are trying to determine potential dangers along the way and outside of the gates, then yes, I would agree that awareness is probably
Okay.
the correct choice.
All
Okay,
right.
there you go.
So why don't you so it is a preferred skill. So or I'm sorry, a favored skill. So that means if you spend a point of hope, you'll get 2 extra 6-sided dice
Mm.
instead of
All
1
right. Okay.
extra.
All right. Okay. All right. So I will. Let's see. Where's it? Let's see. Modifier is the Where do I? Bonus.
So you're gonna,
Ah,
yeah, yep. So you're gonna click on it, and then if you want to spend a point of hope, you'll click on the hope die, and that'll give you the extra one.
oh,
And no one went with him or went with her, right?
no.
It's okay. All right. So you can't get
Yeah,
any help
because
from your companions.
Okay. So
So
wait.
if
I've
you,
opened up the awareness roll, and I have hope here. Hope bonus
yeah,
die. Okay. There we go. So I clicked on that.
Yep, and then just hit roll, and you will perform your roll.
Extraordinary
Extraordinary
success.
success. You got
Wow.
2 extra successes.
All seeing,
Okay.
all knowing.
Which is good because you got an ISR on your one die.
All right. So, you you find a trail that allows you to travel up above the road out of sight. But you can just see over the hill down and far ahead of you. Along the way, you see that there is a group of the only way I could describe them to an elf would be a group of human ruffians. They seem to be not just following the road, but they are coming up into the hills and searching, searching along the road, not quite as high up as Elwing is traveling, but they seem to be scouring the area for something.
We know human ruffians.
You
We see human ruffians.
you easily make your way past them. Like there's no chance that they would even see you.
Wow.
And you get into line of sight of the main wall and gate of Tharbad. The gates are closed. You can see that there are a couple men that are standing up on the remnants of ramparts above the gate. And they seem very bored. And the only danger that you sense is this group of ruffians, and whether or not they're looking for victims or whether they're looking for something or someone in particular.
Okay, so those ruffians were
You-
on the, I guess, what is that, the northeast side of the road? Is that what you said?
No, they're moving all along the road. There's about 6 of them,
Oh,
and they're
on either side.
they're going up a little bit up into the hills, searching around, coming back down on the road, regrouping, and then doing that and making their way down the road.
Okay.
Now you have 2 extra successes. So if there's a particular pieces of information you want to know about these, or maybe things you want to be able to imply from what it is that they're doing,
Right.
I will let you do that.
I would like to know, if at all possible, what they're looking for, if that's possible.
Based off of their patterns and movement, they seem to be looking for someone. And every time they reconvene back down onto the road before they press forward, they seem to be checking in to see if anybody found anything, and then they press on. They are doing this fairly meticulously, and so yeah, you suspect that they're looking for someone maybe hiding up in the hills.
Right.
There's still quite some ways from where the the fire is, where Orithel was, and the rest of your party is.
Okay. And the next piece is the board guards on the ramparts.
Mhm.
They are obviously not feeling threatened by anything.
No.
Can I discern if there is a good blind spot to access the city from?
You think that if you can get past this group, that it's quite possible that the party could avoid line of sight of those 2 men up in the ramparts. Uh, you know, with the help of you and Calriel. You think there would be several options that could potentially be used to avoid them and make your way around the wall or what's left of it.
All right. So with that information, I will make my way back to the party.
Okay. And again, you easily avoid this search party um, by just traveling up on this high road that you found, or high
Mhm.
path. And once you're out of sight, you cross over to the other side of the road where the hills are, where the party is stationed. And I assume nobody else was off doing anything else. You guys are just waiting for Elwing
Oh
to
no,
return.
not I. No.
Yep, just
All right.
relaxing, kind of going over my
Okay.
my grimoire there.
All
All
right.
right.
So you
And
find
it's
your three compatriots there.
okay. And it's still daytime.
Yes, it is now early afternoon. You should expect Orithel to be here. Maybe it was even possible that she would have been there when you got back, but she was
Mm.
not. So you expect her within a few hours at least, or at the most. I mean,
All right.
Been keeping an eye out for John a Leaping, and no signs of anything.
Well, I have spied ruffians searching
What?
the road
Where'd you
out
come
of
from?
Tharbad. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to surprise you.
Oh, welcome back, Elwing.
Yes.
Ruffians, you say?
Scoundrels, ruffians, brigands, whatever you will call them. They are searching
Tharbadians.
the Tharbadians. They're Badians. Yes, they are. And they are searching for someone, it would seem, who might be hiding in the islands around the road leading to Tharbad.
Do you think
There's
they
some.
might be looking for Orthel?
Be looking for Orithel if they got a tip from John a Leaping, or they might be looking for John a Leaping if John a Leaping.
Yeah,
That could be a reason why
Yeah.
he hasn't made his way back here.
be.
Perhaps.
Very well be.
But I think we can get past them and into the city. The ramparts of the city do not seem to be very well guarded. The guardians, the watchmen there, do not seem to be very inclined to keep their eye on the situation. So I think we might be able to sneak past them quite easily.
I raise a finger and say, maybe perhaps we should try to see exactly who these ruffians were searching for, though.
That might be a good idea. Even if we can get past them, we don't know what defenses the prison has set up. And we don't even know. We're not even sure John a Leaping is in prison.
Exactly, they could be searching for him, like you said, in the outskirts.
And we maybe
How are we going to find out? Are we surely we're not just going to go up and ask these
No, but
Tharbadians?
I
maybe
say
one of
no, but
them
we
be compromised.
uh, since we know where they were roughly looking, perhaps one of us who is sharp of eye could actually, I'm sure our skills of hide and seek are better than some ruffians.
At any
We
rate,
may be able to find.
we ought not leave the
Uh-huh.
fire until Orithel returns. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
Agreed.
That's true. I think our chances are better to find out who they may be pursuing.
I
before
like
they
this
do.
plan. We can catch the target before the ruffians catch the target.
Very well.
Are you being searched for by its bandits?
I. The incredulity upon her face. I think not.
And if we do find out who it is, depending upon who it is, it may work out to our advantage either way.
All this skunking about isn't for me. I just want to get the straight answer from someone right away.
Sometimes the dance is important. The courtship is important before the question.
Not in dwarf society, it isn't.
Obviously. Do you wish me to venture out again and see if I can find the quarry that the ruffians are searching for?
Perhaps someone perhaps Calriel or someone else can provide assistance. Go together.
Very well.
Yeah, I would say the elves would probably be best at this. I don't know about you, cousin, but I have 2 left feet when I'm trying to sneak around.
Yes, I'm much more comfortable tending the fire here.
Yes.
Well, all
Go
that
with
hope
your
that you
strengths
guys,
is what I always say. Yes.
all that hope you guys have me take, I think I'll be using it. So.
That's how you got your hope, from all of our confidence in you.
Okay. Well, maybe Elwing can obviously take the lead, and I will be more of a assistance to her.
And some fellowship.
Or perhaps we just keep an eye on these ruffians. Either way, it's fine. We could try to do the searching ourselves, or we could keep an eye on the ruffians to see if they come up with anything beforehand. Either way is fine. I don't have a preference.
Yes. Although it
All
might
right,
be
so the
best
two.
to find their quarry before.
And they cord before? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We know that they're being searched for. The
Yeah,
chances
we
are,
do.
if we come across someone, those are the ones that they're searching for.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so Calriel and Elwing are going to head out before Orithel before
Mm-hmm.
you're going to leave before Orithel returns. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So what is your plan? I mean, if you're looking for who they're looking for, what are you going to do?
Well, Elwing told us that there were many, not word for word, but in my mind's eye, there's many gullies and other features of the terrain that are can be used for concealment. Um, so, being that she is somewhat of a master of concealment in her own way, she would be the best one to say, this would be a good place for someone to hide or hide out,
Mhm.
So, assuming that her knowledge of the land and concealment is better than the ruffians, then
Yeah.
that's why I think she would be the one to be able to interpret and kind of put 2 and 2 together to where someone may be hiding at.
They're
And
mere
then I
humans
guess,
after all, aren't they?
and then I guess I may be able to. How can I assist her?
How
Possibly?
can I help?
Yeah.
Let's find out what Elwing to like.
Poss-
If
Hmm?
before we get to Calriel, like
Okay,
figuring
sorry.
out how he's going to help her. What is Elwing's exact strategy? Like, is she going to find high ground and look at the scan the area?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely at the high ground, and try and ascertain their search pattern, and then look at the terrain and see where I would imagine would be a good place to hide, and then head for that.
Okay. So this is definitely going to be a scan roll.
Okay.
So you're going to head up to the high ground, take into consideration where they have already looked and where they are going to look, and determine, their what they haven't determine the best place among all of the terrain for them to where they haven't looked for like a possible
If
excellent
I
hiding
was
spot.
going to hide from a bunch of ruffians, where would I hide?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can
All
I
right.
use my would battle be appropriate
Ooh.
to see see if I can determine what these ruffians, if they have any sort of
They're clearly
what's the word?
organized, right?
Strategy, yeah, as to how they're searching, or to where they're
Uh,
going next, maybe, or we
I
can
I
maybe stay
don't.
one step
Well,
ahead of
where
them.
they're going next is kind of obvious. So I don't think.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
doesn't
you could
matter.
do if you want to do a separate roll with battle, we could do that. But I don't think that is going to help
Okay, never mind
Elwing
then.
with what it is that she's doing.
Okay.
Do you have any
Not.
other ideas of how you want to help?
I'm not sure if you have any points in it, but would hunting help at all? Because it seems like they're
No,
hunting for somebody.
not for me, no.
Not for
No.
me.
Okay. All right. Just thought I'd throw it out there. Just
I
came to my
mean,
head.
I mean,
The only hunt,
you
the only
you
hunting I do is on the plate that's in front of me.
Yeah.
I have hunting, but I don't think.
well, no, you're Elwing's going to be rolling scan.
Yeah.
So David Calriel is trained in scan, so he could help with that. He could help that way. It's pretty straightforward.
I don't. No, I don't see. No one.
Calbriel's trained
I've
in
got
almost everything.
No, I'm not. No, I've got
You got
awareness,
two
insight.
dots. You got two.
Oh, that's
You got
trained,
two
not
dots in it.
I'm thinking
The only thing you don't have is
Oh,
hunting
favored.
little.
favored. Yeah, favored is what I was thinking of. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. At your
Yeah.
suggestion. Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So that's going to give you a helping die. So,
Okay, so I gotta
but David,
roll
you're going to have to
scan.
spend a point of hope to do that.
Wow, you have so
That's
many
been a
skills.
fun
How do you have so many things? I'm like
What
missing
else?
I'm missing everything.
He's just kind of good in a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Call him Jack.
Damn you elves.
Is
Okay,
is
so support from
Elwyn
companion. I get
Yes.
that, right? Okay, so
Yep.
roll that.
is
if
Elwyn
you want to
your
spend
friend or
hope,
whatever?
you can.
If I want to spend hope,
Oh yes, she is my fellowship focus. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah,
she is.
okay.
That-
So
that means-
Calriel has to spend hope to
Oh.
offer assistance, but because
Okay.
the fellowship
So you
focus,
get two.
Elwing gets double
Yeah.
help.
2d6, right?
Yes,
Is that correct?
that's
Okay.
right. Yep.
Okay, so one hope is spent then, so I've done that. Okay.
So you're gonna get an extra die. So Todd, I think you have to do it as an just as a what do they call it? A bonus die. So you'll just
Oh.
have to
so
click
not the
the
support of a
bone.
companion.
No, you'll still get that, but you're going to get an extra one because they're your fellowship
Okay.
focus.
Fellowship
They're
Click on that. Okay.
you're his
Got
friend.
it.
So you're going to click to the right of the zero.
Zero,
That's going to
yes,
give you a
yes.
bonus.
Okay.
Okay. All
Got
right. I
it.
just want to make sure you're giving
Yep.
yourself a penalty.
All right. Here we go. And
Okay.
scan.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Another two. Okay.
Wow.
All right. So you find the both of you find an excellent spot on a tall hill where there's an obstruction of some trees that blocks, like, so that the ruffians couldn't see you. And you have a great line of sight to the area directly below you, and then further up the greenway, the direction that you came.
Mm.
From here, you see that there is a deep valley between two hills on the opposite side of the road. That would be an excellent hiding spot. There is, in fact, you see, with your extraordinary success, you see a faint wisp of smoke emanating from down inside of that valley. You have another success. There is something else that you can see there if you want. I can give you that, or if you want to spend it on something in particular that you have in mind, you can do that.
I'd like to know what else I see.
All right. You see the faint outline of a person hiding inside of tall grass at the top of one of the hills that make up the valley. And you suspect that it is most likely Orithel watching whoever is down inside of the valley.
Oh, okay. All right.
to to the
Ah.
Okay.
Do you
Great minds think
see
alike.
that? Yes.
No,
Do you see that,
Orathel's
Galria?
not coming home anytime soon.
Ah,
Now that you pointed out, yes, I do.
right there. Yes. Yes. All
What do
right.
you make of that? Why would one perch and uh, observe but not assist the other? Do you think?
Hmm. Maybe they are, in fact, mm, searching for the other. Is that possible?
She was
Hmm.
looking for John's leap.
Hmm.
Hmm. Maybe that's the
So
case.
Do you
you
think?
think
Hmm.
you based off of like the positions of everything,
Yep.
you think
Hmm.
that you could gather your dwarf companions and make it to that valley where Orithel
Hmm.
is, uh, in about, and it would still take these ruffians about 2 to 3 hours to get to you.
Right.
Okay, so we better, yeah. Okay, so we better get going.
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
let's
I
make
can
haste.
hold my position, or do you want me to go retrieve the dwarves and meet you back here, and then we carry on?
Yes, I will stay here and keep scanning.
Okay,
Yes.
all
All
right.
right,
I will rush back.
I think we
all
should leave
right,
a note.
Ariel.
We're coming to meet you, Orathel.
That would be the polite thing to
All
do,
right.
yes.
It doesn't it doesn't take long for Calriel to get back to the camp and retrieve the dwarves. Are you taking your provisions with you as though you're like leaving this camp
Are we
permanently, or are you just,
leaving?
you know, yeah,
No,
like, and
we're
what's
leaving.
Chester
We're
doing?
leaving Chester here. Chester, take good care of the
Oh,
camp
yeah,
for us.
yeah.
I'll give
Guess
him
we
a.
gotta leave first.
And I'll write
I'll
a
give
note
him a
on Chester. If you touch any of our stuff or Chester, you are dead.
We'll write it in Elvish and Dwarvish on there.
Mhm.
Chester's pretty
All right.
wide-sided. Fine.
So you're just bringing your uh,
My weapon,
weapons and armor
Mhm.
and
my
everything.
armor's on.
Uh,
I'm
Yep,
clanky.
okay.
armor's equipped. Pink, 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 pink.
All right. All right. Yeah. And Calriel rolls his eyes as the doors make so much noise. As you guys
Clonk,
make your
clonk,
way
clonk, clonk.
down across the road and up into the hill where Calriel left Elwing.
Clonk, clonk, waddle.
It took maybe a half hour or so for Calriel to return with the two of them. In the meantime, Elwing has seen what he assumes, or who he assumes, is Orithel.
She.
I'm sorry, she. I'm sorry. She assumes is Orithel repositioned several times.
Hmm.
Okay.
She is much more confident that it is Orithel, or at least some other ranger that is down there, based off of the way they are moving, keeping themselves concealed.
Hmm.
What exactly is it
All
that
right.
that Orthel is looking for? Clank, clank.
Don't know. That's- Isn't Orthel looking for John leaping down in the
So
valley?
just to be sorry, I'm going to ask a question. So Orthel, the figure who's laying in the tall grass, is looking down at the fire, or like where the
Yeah, or
okay,
yeah,
okay,
or whoever is down inside of the valley.
Yeah.
okay, okay. Should maybe we should go cozy up next to Orthel?
Sneak up there.
I mean, is there any way we can make like a signal to get her attention, or
Ooh.
Well, should we try to see who this figure is first?
Yes, let's see if we can
Then,
figure out some more. Get a better look.
you
This
know,
is
Yeah.
yeah, because we only have so much time.
yeah? Agreed.
Okay. So you're going to what? Maybe try to get to the other
Mhm.
hilltop that
Mhm. Where
creates
the
the valley.
where the wisp, so we can better look at
Yeah.
the source of the wispy smoke. Either someone is very
Okay.
confident that they're smoking a pipe there, or I don't know.
Yeah. So I mean, so by wisp, I didn't mean like the amount of from a pipe smoke, but a very
Okay.
small fire.
Oh, okay. Well, they're still
Yeah,
very
not
confident in themselves. That's
yeah.
okay. They're
I
trying to
mean,
hide.
Controlled fire.
yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna say you guys can manage to um, make your way to the opposite
Mhm.
hillside. Uh, it's hard to see where Orithel is now, but she doesn't seem to have noticed you or tried to make contact with you.
Mhm.
Maybe because she's distracted. But
Orion, we're
as
doing it.
you
We're sneaking.
as
Ori,
you
Like,
Ori.
as you I mean, so you're still a good like 200-300 yards away from Orithel. So
Okay.
oh,
it's these aren't tiny little hills or anything.
Okay.
Um, but you once you get into view, so you can look down into the clearing, it
Mhm.
seems that there is a small caravan down there.
Oh, okay.
There, just a quick look makes you suspect there's maybe 8 to 10 people.
Mhm.
Uh, Two of them look like they are chained up and tied to the side of a cart,
What?
and the two people, I will show you their pictures.
One of the people chained up is wearing a name tag saying "John a leaving."
That's one
it
of
is kind
them.
of leaving.
Oh, oh wow.
Ooh.
Oh wait, you can see their names?
No, we can't see
I
their
didn't
names.
know.
We
No,
can't see their
no.
names.
Okay.
But now we know who he is.
Very
That
good.
was very sneaky, Eric. Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
Excellent.
That is what
Oh my
the
gosh,
other
these
guy
people,
looks like.
they
Oh
look
wow.
worse than,
They need
they need a
they need to
bath.
be
That must
dumped in
be
the river or
that
something
must be
somewhere.
David striding.
Yeah, they both look like they have been out in the woods or
Mhm.
like in the wilderness with no food or shelter for quite some time. Like just these two people that have been captured.
Like a
Mhm.
John
Everyone else looks fairly well fed and well rested and traveled.
Hmm.
In fact, you suspect that this caravan might be some of the members of the caravan that
The
you met in the
caravan.
Prancing Pony.
We thought they were heading to the festival.
Yeah,
Oh
they didn't
wow.
say.
They were going in the other direction. Bad information, bartender.
I guess we should have talked to
And
them.
if you if you remembered, some members of the caravan were the ones that seemed interested in Jari and his quest to retrieve the
Mhm.
treasure.
Do we recognize them? We have to be able to roll to recognize them, or
I'm gonna say that you are okay. I did make it a question. You know for a fact that some of the people down there you recognize as being
Oh, okay.
sitting at that table
Okay.
at the Prancing Pony that the bartender told you were members of a caravan.
Okay.
and do we recognize which were the ones? Like, are the ones that wanted to take the job with Jari there or not? Or do we see them?
They are not there.
Okay, they're probably off on their Jari adventure. That would make sense. I say we go confront them right off.
Ooh, really? Yeah.
Like,
What do we think is going on down there, though?
I may as well just go ask. We saw them in Bree.
Well, Well, you
Now,
did say
the-
that
If
he didn't
that-
dance too good.
does this look like a ranger to us? Like, is that a thing that we would be able to see in a person?
Who, the person that's tied up?
Yes.
The guy with the mustache?
Yes. If it looks like a
No, it
ranger,
does not look like.
okay.
It does not look like a ranger.
Okay.
It looks like a scraggy man who does not want to be outside for any longer.
Okay.
Mm.
But Borland sticks with that plan. Borland does not want to sneak around. Is tired of this crap and just wants to go ask them what the heck's going on. But Borland will also go along with whatever plan group wants to go with.
Well,
Now, just to be clear, on my side, or I guess everyone's side, the ruffians, they aren't looking up this high, correct? Or are they still? Is that
Not yet.
still an option
Yeah.
or a threat?
They are still a couple hours away from
Okay.
from this valley.
Okay.
What they'll do when they get to this valley, you don't know,
Mhm.
because this is significantly different, geographic or geological structure than what it is they've been looking in up until this point. Everything else has been little hills and patches of woods and stuff like that.
Mm.
A lot harder to look in a forest when you're used to the side of the road. Gotcha. Okay. I think I don't know. I think we should go back to Orthel because she might have more information. But Borland, you do. We've seen these people before, and they didn't seem bad at the time. But again, we didn't really talk to them.
Yeah, anyone who can enjoy a pint is no enemy of me.
Although they might not like us because we did try to sing the song with them, and we were not very good at that.
It was a bad song. Like, whoever chose that was
Yeah,
must have been
Didn't feel right.
not enough bass.
I'm a baritone.
Yes, we want more baritones. That's my thinking on it.
I don't know. Borland's just impatient. You don't have to listen to him.
All right.
All right, we won't. No, seriously. What do you guys? What do?
Is
Well-
Elwing next to us too?
I thought I still have the
Yeah.
hills.
You're all
Oh,
four.
oh,
No, all four of you are there.
We're all together.
Oh, I didn't know.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I. Ow. Okay.
Are you role playing walking through the woods?
No, I just got a cramp in my leg.
Oh.
He is role playing. Damn.
I'm walking through the hills. All right, what are we doing?
Well, having more information is always a good thing, and it doesn't appear as though they're preparing to break camp and leave.
No.
So how long can we estimate how long it would take us to meet or what's
Orthel?
Orthel?
Yeah. So
You're
I
like
mean,
another
in order
hour
to
away.
get over to her, it's probably take you about 20 minutes to a half hour because you're gonna have to go down the hill you're on and then go
Yeah.
up the hill that she's on.
So that
which
means
is
that's
going.
an hour round trip at the least.
Oh no. Oh yeah, round trip. Yeah, but just to
Yeah.
get to her would be about a half hour.
So, well, I guess we could push our luck a little more and is anyone fancy just going to talk to her while the rest remain here to keep an eye on the caravan? Do that. That in case they do leave or something happens, we can be aware of that as well.
I'm tired of this sneaking. I can just lay here, and if anything happens,
Okay,
I'll
so you don't
whistle.
want to go anywhere? Okay. Well, we got to go a half hour away, so your whistle is gonna have to be pretty loud for us to hear it.
Yeah, it'll be more of a
But,
grumble, but you'll hear it.
Okay, I'll volunteer. I will.
Are you even bored?
I will unless I can't. if I'm still aware of where Orthel's position is, I can go and talk to her and bring her back here. But she knows though, so I guess I'm just
You're
she
telling
knows
her
that they're
we're
here.
here,
I
and
guess
you're
I'm just
asking her what's up, and
yeah,
telling her we can
what's
help.
going on? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna find out what's going on from her. I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
I'll do that.
Elwing staying with the dwarves or going with Cariel?
I think she should stay with the dwarves
I
because
got
they're
this
kind
cramp in my leg. Still
Okay.
haven't worked yet, so I'm going to stay here.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll
because
help with that. You've been doing a lot of
that
work.
way
Back
that way you
off.
guys can also
No.
watch out for the band the ruffians as well.
All
I can't
right.
look in
So
two directions at
Cariel.
once.
Well, it's three of you guys, so you should be able to handle it
All
all.
right, I
I'll
got my eyes on the
watch.
ruffians. No. I got my
I'll,
eyes on the tied up people.
I'll keep an eye on Orthel and Calriel in case something happens
Okay.
as he's sneaking off.
All right. So Cariel makes his way down the hill.
Mhm.
Making his way up the hill that Urethel is on is very slow going.
Okay.
It's very steep. You're having to move in almost like a switchback like
Yeah.
pattern because it's so steep in some areas.
Hmm.
But eventually you make your way up to the top. And as you clear the peak and start searching for Orethel, you hear someone clear their throat to your left. And you turn and you see Orethel standing, leaning against the tree,
Okay.
saying, I thought you elves are supposed to be quiet in the woods.
I give her a bow, a deep bow, and I say my skills are more geared towards courtesies and more aesthetic skills.
Well, in fact, I may be able to use some courtesies, just something that rangers are not known for having in spades. But I found John a leaping.
Oh,
It seems that he's been captured by this group down here.
Hmm.
They seem to be merchants or something. I've been trying to get a sense as to whether or not they would be aggressive if I approach them.
And since you have not approached at this time, I'm assuming that you think they may be a rough bunch.
Well, I don't know. The thing is, it's quite possible that that Brunau or I'm sorry, I keep getting all their names are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gurnau
Or now? Okay.
may have put a price on John Leaping's head if he found out that he was sending messages to rangers.
So that
And
would,
I
yeah.
suspect, I suspect that these merchants may have heard about it and are simply captured him in an attempt to get into Gurnau's good graces.
Yeah, I would. My assumption would be that could very well be true, but my initial assumption was that the ruffians that are scouring the land around us may also want to partake in any reward. That may be a truth as well.
Ruffians.
I wave a hand just generally in the direction to where Elring pointed them out and say, yes, there seems to be a band of roving miscreants that seem to be somewhat, well, I wouldn't say strategically, but they're scouring the land about us looking for something, and I can only assume that it may be our troubled target.
I don't like the sounds of that. If they come across this camp, it does not bode well for these merchants and John. I think maybe we should do something.
I
Do you have
say
any
my
suggestions?
Well, my stout companions are keeping an eye on the caravan as well at this moment, so it may be time for us to catch them unawares and rescue your companion.
Are you saying we attack the merchants
They're just
and
merchants.
free John?
Merchants. They're just merchants. They don't seem
Well,
to be.
if
Did they seem to be heavily? Did they look heavily armed, John, at all? Did we notice?
uh,
Any?
barely more than sticks and
Yeah.
pitchforks. So
Yeah. So
yes,
unless
perhaps
you,
if the five of us approach them, they'll be more willing to turn them over.
we have more courage than currency at this point. I'm afraid. So I think that's I think that's our only recourse.
All right, uh, let's meet up with your friends, and we'll come up with a plan.
Okay. All right. So I'll lead her back, humming an elven tune as we go, and then we
All right.
will regroup.
So an hour later, uh, everyone's been keeping an eye on their particular things. I think it was or no, it was Faldor that said he was watching the two prisoners, right?
No, well, it was Borland.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
I
was
was
the other way
watching the
around.
prisoners.
Okay,
Got my
okay. So
eye on
Borland was
them.
watching. Borland sees that these merchants seem to be tormenting
Mm.
the two prisoners, throwing bone bones with the meat chewed off at them, and
Make sure all that
uh,
meat's gone off of that bone before you throw
yeah,
it.
yeah, and they seem to be calling them names too, based off of
Ooh,
the
rule.
the yelling and um, the face that the two prisoners are making.
Borland is growing agitated.
Faldor is not seeing any of these ruffians. They seem to still be well out of view, even from this high up on this hill.
That's good.
All right, so Calriel returns with Orithel.
Oh,
And
fellows, I return, bearing gifts.
Oh, Orithel, I see. Calriel has found you.
yes, and he told me about these ruffians from Tharbad that are out searching the road. I think we may need to act quickly. I fear for the violence will break out if these ruffians find the merchants that are down in that valley.
Quickly is a word I can agree with. I am not too pleased with how they seem to be treating them. We ought to get down there right off and set them straight. Get away from these. Get away from the Tharbadians that we ought to avoid.
The very Tharbadians, yes.
All right, you make your way down into the valley, and are you going to immediately make yourselves known, or are you going to try to surprise them by appearing on top, right on top of them, so they have little time to react?
Oh boy, you guys just want to.
Unless anyone tells me
out.
otherwise, Borland is very interested in just talking to them and saying like, "Hey, you're friends. We drank together. Like, let's get away from the Tharbad people who are coming."
I think Faldor will probably hang towards the back and I don't know, probably like half get his bow out, or at least unstring it or unfasten it just in case.
Don't we kind of know? Aren't we kind of getting a peek at what their hand of cards is, so
Yeah,
to speak?
that's a good
Because they
point.
have these guys captive already, you know. So
That's true.
do we why okay, I guess ultimately my question is really quick is why do we think that they will be able what are we trying to convince them of or what are
Uh,
what are we talking to them about is what
that's right.
I'm you know
It almost be like we'll have to bribe them to get.
Yeah, that's true. They're probably
well
trying to collect a bounty.
or get the
Yeah,
jump on them and intimidate them and say, hey, we got the jump on you. What's going on here? I don't know. I mean, this is just me
And
thinking,
and
guys.
if
I'm
they're
not.
collecting a Thar bounty and bounty, they're just as bad as these ruffians.
Yeah, that's where I was coming from. And we don't have any bribe money, right? Not really.
Can we take
So
them? How many are there?
8 to 10, I think is what John
there's a
said.
lot. Yeah, there's a lot,
Yes,
but
yeah.
they
I
didn't.
mean, there could be some like inside of the wagon that they have a couple wagons, so you're not entirely sure. Uh, but while Borland was looking at him, or looking at them, including the two prisoners, he counted 9 people.
Wow, yeah, there's a
But
lot.
9 is quite a few.
there could be a
Yeah,
10th,
yeah, but
or
and
maybe even
if
11th.
we are outnumbered, they may not. I don't know.
Okay, new
I
plan.
don't know.
Borland suggests, hey, if there's about 9 of
I'm
them.
feeling too good.
There's 9 of them. That's a good number. Maybe what the Power Blast plan is to let the ruffians come here, encounter these folks, and in the chaos, rescue the two captives. We can rescue them. Let the ruffians fight with these no good for nothing merchants, and make our way away with.
I mean, I like that idea, but it's also, I'm guessing, getting close to dusk right now. So my guess is they're probably going to be turning back pretty soon.
Well,
We
maybe
we
we
fear the
wait till
ruffians
night.
may not find them.
No, I mean, we've been doing this for most of the day now, and we're he starts saying weird, then goes, you guys are experienced at tracking stuff, and they have not come over here yet, and it
Well,
took us half the day to get to where we're at right now. That's all I'm
well,
saying.
maybe we'll have a better chance once dark gets here,
That's,
and maybe we can do something then.
now that's an idea. We can
That-
ambush them
that-
in the night.
Yeah.
Definitely, says Elway. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and if all else fails, I can challenge them to a riddle game.
Hey, that's very Lord of the Rings to do so.
Yeah, so just to clarify, riddles doesn't necessily mean like
Literally
They're not an
riddle.
offensive battle stat.
yeah,
Oh, what?
yeah. So, well, I mean, it can mean that, but it means more than that. It's basically
Yeah.
like trying to like it could be like fast talking or something like that.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay. Yeah. That's cool.
I
Okay.
could try that.
Well, that's good. That you may
All
have to
right,
bluff.
so I will because you guys discuss the point. If you do either attack or like directly attack, if they start the fight, it's okay. But if you are aggressive first or you lead the bandits to this camp, you will gain points. You'll gain a point of shadow
Interesting.
because you don't know if these
Okay.
people are bad or not.
Are bad or not? Okay.
Yes.
Well, I think our chances of bluffing and maybe, optionally getting in there and cutting them loose and rescuing them may be better the closer to night that it is.
Yeah, I think they're bad, but let's wait till
Regardless of
I'm
that.
comfortable waiting for nightfall or waiting. I'm comfortable waiting for nightfall since
No,
the
I'm
sun
not
seems
trying.
to be setting.
No, but that makes sense though. I forget this game is a little different. You can't just go in arms, guns blazing
Yes.
necessarily.
We
Yeah.
have
Well, no,
guns.
it's not necessarily that.
I was thinking
It's
the
just
same
that
thing.
the humans,
mean-
elves, and dwarves don't generally just attack each other unless they're evil.
Yeah,
And if you
we don't
perform
know.
evil actions,
Yeah.
then you're going to gain shadow.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. We
So
don't know. We don't know
yeah,
what we're
right,
making
yeah.
assumptions. But,
Well, I feel like this is a good action. They're
So
clearly bound to.
so you're not
You're
you're
good.
not I'm not preventing you from doing it.
Yeah.
I just don't not do things that you want to do because it's going to give you shadow. You
Right.
get rid of
Mhm.
shadow.
Right.
Yeah.
I think David's bringing up a good point though. This is we're in Middle Earth, not
Forgotten Realms.
the Forgotten Realms. Yeah, we're not gonna
It
sneak in and kill 9 people just to save
Hey,
2 crazy people.
I've been watching these people for hours, and they are mistreating these people.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. Though.
but I mean you don't know what they did.
Yeah.
So
That's true. Okay. Well, we can definitely wait, and then
okay.
uh,
Well, it's
uh not
go ahead.
confront them, but talk.
I
Talk
think
with them,
yeah,
and
parlays
under that
first. Yeah,
parlay. Yep, and then using night as an option, perhaps Elwing, even while we're talking with them, may be able to
Ooh.
go in and or what's the ranger's name? Or I keep forgetting. Or
Orthel.
Orthel.
yeah, may be able to assist in that as well.
Wow, this is an interesting plan. We're gonna go in diplomacy, and then have Elwing and Orethel waiting in the
Possibly.
wings. Like,
Possibly, yeah.
I like
I mean,
that plan. That's cool. I
Yeah,
want to go
that's-
diplomacy though. I'm ready to diplomacy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of like that. Yeah.
Well, the guy with the riddle is the one that's going to be talking.
Oh shit.
Gotta get your riddles
My
ready.
turn.
Quick, someone get real friendly with me here. I need the bonus.
All
right.
I'm
that's-
favored with riddles, so I'm not too terribly. Well,
We
I guess
may have to bluff it. That's the only reason I said that.
that'll work for me.
All right, so we are going to end here. We will pick up with with you taking whatever approach you want to try to free John. Everyone's going to get experience. You just did.
We got 3 this time.
And we're gonna get refreshed
Yeah,
fellowship.
you always get 3. Yep. I'm going to do that right now.
Sweet.
You're back up to 5, and so we will pick up here next time, and we can find out how this is going to go down.
We need to
Right
get
on.
that fellowship plays going. I got all these skill points banked.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you guys,
We,
maybe we could discuss doing a fellowship phase after, you get into Tharbad. Maybe you could.
Yeah, we're gonna
if you're in there-
dethrone the king, and then we're gonna make our own luxury spa, and then we're gonna relax for a few months in fellowship phase.
Just like in the Fellowship of the Ring. Don't you remember that town?
yeah, right.
Yeah, when they took
we
over
should
that
be
bandit
at,
town. I remember.
Where should we be at as far as skill points go? 12?
I'm at
Well,
9.
Nine? Oh,
9.
nine is the
Yeah.
total? Okay,
except,
so it refreshed.
except
Okay.
Elwing. Elwing will
Okay.
be less than that.
Okay, so when you do that, then John, it updates our sheets for us. Is that what happened?
Yes.
Let me look.
Okay, all right. I just wanted
That's-
to make sure. Okay,
That's
so I didn't touch
under
anything.
where?
On the
It's
It's always
under
under
equipment
bottom.
gear. Yeah,
Equipment
right
and
above
gear.
background.
Equipment
Yep.
and gear? Oh, that's
Yeah, I don't know
adventure
why.
points or skill
And
points.
skill
Yeah.
points.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
Both,
so- yeah, so-
actually.
Yep,
Yep.
both. Yep.
Cool.
So you
Cool.
get 3 each session. You spend skill points. You're going to be surprised to increase your skills
Cool.
Shut
or
up.
gain new ones.
Yeah.
And then adventure points are used to purchase the, what are they called again? The
Valor and
Talents or something?
no, yeah, the distinctive features.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Right on.
And then you can also, but you can, or no, wait, hold on one second. I have to check. I'll check that for next time. I'm
All right.
not going to make everybody hang on now for
Okay.
that. But yeah, you actually might be, it might be skill points, could be either skills or features.
Hmm.
Or virtues, I mean, and then you spend adventure points to increase valor and wisdom. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll figure
Sounds
it out.
good.
It's something like that. Okay.
Thanks, John. Thank
All
you,
right.
everyone.
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Yep.
Talk to you
Yep.
later.
Have a good night.